Hello, everyone. Dr. Kiltz and Dr. Corley for a guest appearance. We're really excited about him being on today. Hello to everyone, Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. Today is the Fertile Fireside Chat. We do have a little bit of fire going. It is a little bit, it's getting a little cold out in upstate New York, isn't it? Fall, the leaves are coming down, and we're really excited to be on again today. Let's see, Linabelle, the journey through IVF, Krista Lee, hello, good morning. Dr. Corley needs lots of questions today. Hi, Erica and Mandy. We're really excited. 10 o'clock live. And at 11 o'clock, I'm really excited to bring Austin Cavelli to talk about carnivore and keto and give another conversation about it. And so again, we're going to answer lots of questions on just fertility in general. But at the same time, we want to make sure you guys feel like you're getting the very best from CNY Fertility. Our goal is to continue to make affordability accessible to everyone. And no matter your size, shape, age, weight, gender description, color, social, religious, political, we're here to take care of everyone. Everyone. Mandy, Erica, Kayla, Mahik. Can you get some of those, Dr. Corley? Can you read them? He's got to get a little closer than me.
Yeah,
he's way older than I am. Way older than I am.
What is that? Angie, Alex,
Melissa.
Yep, Melissa.
Antonia, good morning. Let's see.
Everywhere.
What are your thoughts on Zyma to improve fertilization rates and success to get embryos? Rachel, what do you think about that to the blast? Any thoughts on Zyma, Dr. Corley?
Well, Zyma's another technique of isolating sperm. It does not use a centrifuge, which has a potential to damage sperm. So it's a way of hopefully getting the most vital, most modal sperm there. And if we can pick those, then that would translate into hopefully a better blast.
So I think it's still an add-on for us. So it's going to cost you, I think, $150, $200 extra, but you have to ask for it, and we will work to get it for you. I think that there are some benefits, as Dr. Corley said, and it may help getting some of those embryos to the blastocyst stage. So I got to move some stuff so I can see the questions with Dr. Corley. So always some technical difficulties here, and I hope everyone's doing well today. Let's see, Motivation 4012. Let's see here, Dr. Corley. Let's see. I've done 5 failed transfers with all add-ons. ERA testing. What can you recommend for the next IVF round? We're having male infertility. So failed ERA. What do you think about the laparoscopy hysteroscopy?
I think anytime if you have not had a laparoscopy hysteroscopy, especially by this time, it's beneficial to rule out endometriosis, because by treating endometriosis, if it's there, it will improve your odds of implantation and hopefully early growth. The other thing is sometimes if all the add-ons don't work, I sometimes go back to just a simple protocol. And sometimes that people can benefit from that.
We've been talking a lot more about natural cycles, trigger, or non-trigger, letrozole trigger, non-trigger. We'll get rid of all the extra stuff. And you know what Kiltz is going to talk about, and he can't shut up about it. And remember, I'm mostly carnivore, but vegan, vegetarians, Mediterraneans, even Corleys have done it and are doing it, but we're all doing it together and learning together. But I think that look at the family building guide. And in here's a lot of great things. I know Dr. Corley talks a lot about metabolic disorder, and so many of us are pre-diabetic and have a lot of metabolic inflammation. He likes to use metformin, 500 to 1,500 milligrams a day, along with keto, inositol, and the laparoscopy hysteroscopy, but simple.
Yep. The basis of all that still is the diet. The diet's always the long-term treatment for anyone with any type of insulin resistance or metabolic dysfunction.
Alex McCurry, are there ways to reduce the chest pains that Lovenox can cause? I didn't know that it really caused the chest pains, but if you're having pain, you should probably get checked and make sure there's nothing more serious going on. for sure. So, there's certainly, it's painful, which could cause some
Could be musculoskeletal pain.
skeletal.
Yeah.
That's probably what it is, for sure. Okay, let's see here. Let's see. Request to be in your live video. Why is SCH more common in IVF pregnancies? Subchorionic hematomas. Probably not more common.
I really don't believe it's more common. I think sometimes if you look at any individual group, you may find a certain group that seems to be more, but when you look at overall, I personally have never really noticed that. It's just very common in the early ultrasounds that we do. And usually it resolves spontaneously. And by the time general gynecologists do ultrasounds, it's gone. So they don't see as many subchorionic bleeds.
Right. We're scanning everyone very early. And most of the time for natural pregnancies, you're not getting a scan until 12 weeks or later, or not at all. So I think those are some of the big things for sure. Good question, Elizabeth. Let's see, Elizabeth Salvione. And I am really bad with the names. Dr. Faruqi, who's on vacation for the last few days, is much better than I am. Lindsay, hello, Kayla. 3 transfers, first 2 failed with perfect embryos. My last transfer had a 2BB4 BC and 1 ended up sticking. Awesome. You keep at it, keep at it. Dr. Corley, I know, also uses a lot of meditation and prayer in his personal practice like I do. I think that's really important for all of us. Find a spiritual practice, a daily meditation, a prayer, whether you're religious or spiritual or believe in God or not. Meditation is really powerful. And look at my book, The Fertile Secret. We're coming out with a new version, very excited about it. And never, ever give up. Oh, Elizabeth Salvatore, Dr. Ditkoff was amazing. Finally pregnant. Dr. Ditkoff is amazing. Dr. Grossman, amazing. Dr. Newhauser's our new part-time doctor in Albany. Really excited about him working with us, and a lot more to come in all of this. Let's see. How long do you have to wait after removal of abstract on retrieval from uterus? Remove a from uterus to transfer back in. How long do you have to wait after you remove polyp adhesions of fibroid? Usually a month should be good, not much more. I'm assuming those are some of the things that are going on here. Lynn Affordables, how you doing? Failed IVF, 2 embryos transfer. All the evaluation was on point. Sperm, uterine lining. What could be wrong?
Unfortunately, sometimes we don't find exactly an answer to everything. Humans, I always say, are the poorest reproducers of the animal species. And sometimes it's repetition that makes it happen. Unfortunately, yes, when you're paying for IVF, that you say, oh gosh, that's expensive. That's expensive. But with each failed cycle, we do learn something. And so when I'm looking at anyone who's had failed cycles, I compare all their cycles and then put together something that then we hope is going to be better for the next time.
Yeah. And again, look at the family building guide. There's a lot of great things. Make a follow-up appointment with Dr. Corley, Kiltz, or any of other providers. But the more you listen to the chats, you'll find some things that it's repetition. And if you're doing it the same way, change it up. That may be the game changer here, right? Let's see. Oh, and quite often I get emails at rkiltz@cmyfertility.com or my cell phone 315-416-9872. But I sort of take those and we split them up and making sure everyone gets their questions answered. And it really is important to never give up in this process. Kendra Lynn Becker, let's see, just had a retrieval transfer last week. Dr. Fink, and loved him. Awesome. Dr. Fink and Margaret do not 2 beautiful embryos, hoping to stick. Unfortunately, 3 leftovers didn't make it to freeze. I'm so sorry about that. If you do a day 3 transfer, I'm recommending that you do a day 3 freeze. I think that's critical. If you've had a poor blast formation in the past, do a day 3 transfer and freeze the next time. I think it's really important. Let's see. Tony Massolini. Hold on, Tony. Let me see if I can get, I'm having some little issues with all of this. Let's see. February, we may or may not be able to see this clearly. All right. February 22nd, had to wait, keto, fabulous diet, ideal weight, medication, supplements, red light, awesome. Red light and saunas can be helpful to sweat off the toxins, by the way. September, ovaries and uterus look great. Healthy daughter, age at 42, young, and 37, naturally, zero health issues. Was told to by another clinic, was told another clinic because of age, 54, even though healthy, otherwise can't wait to send them. Look at, we're going to help you whatever it takes. We're open to all opportunities. You can also text me or email me. We may be able to get you in a little quicker. Natural cycles, letrozole trigger, mini protocols. What do you think about those mini protocols, Dr. Corley?
Well, definitely they're cost effective, and not everyone needs a bunch of embryos. The goal is to get good eggs, good embryos, and sometimes a mini protocol will give us a better, we feel, a better egg and better embryo.
Yeah, so I think a lot of it is less maybe best. Pushing too hard. Our standard is in the 300 range. Low dose is the 100 to 200. High dose is the 400 to 600 range in general. So poor quality blasts or good quality day threes. Super freshy. What do you think, Dr. Corley? Poor quality blasts or good quality day threes?
Well, I believe day threes are always good embryos. Now, there's a lot on the internet that says, well, day 5 embryos are better. And that's not necessarily true. Unfortunately, embryos are grown in what's called tissue culture. And some cells grow very well in tissue culture and some cells don't. The longer they're in tissue culture, they start to not form as well. And so that's why definitely if someone's not producing good day 5 embryos, use day 3s.
So yeah, they're both could be good, and
Right.
and sometimes grading, you shouldn't grade embryos,
Right.
But getting them in sooner may be good. Let's see, Jackie, 44 years young. I'm sorry, not 44. For Jackie, 44. I'm talking too much. Sorry. Founded this week a chemical, second FET, third loss in 2 years. I would do the laparoscopy, hysteroscopy prior. Don't forget the anti-endo, antimicrobial, antihistamine protocols. Don't forget acupuncture, massage, meditation, prayer, all these things. And look at the family building guide and the keto concepts, whether you're a vegan, a vegetarian, or a carnivarian. All of these things have some way to help a lot. My personal bias is 1 meal a day, add water, salt, and keep it simple, right? Simplicity, I think, is the key we need to work into more and more and more.
And also, if you haven't had a recurrent pregnancy loss profile with your blood work, we need to get that.
Yes, and we're now doing with Dr. Vidali, Prejmune testing, has a whole panel for male and female testing. So go to Prejmune, PREGMUNE.com, sign up, tell them you're a CNY fertility patient, and you'll get a discount on the actual report. All right. Let's see. I've got to get a way to get these a little better. Dr. Corley, good seeing you. It's good to see Dr. Corley for sure. Let's see. Good news. You knocked me up 5 months with a little boy. Awesome.
Excellent.
Awesome. And when you guys come for a transfer in Syracuse, you can ask for any of the doctors you want. If we're available, we're more than glad to take the time and do your transfer. So I want you to know it's okay to ask.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Let's see. Tara in New Mexico. Hi, Tara. Dr. Corley, did I get that one or am I missing another one? Awesome. Another picture of the two. Awesome. We're all working together as a team, and we all have slightly different methods in all of this. So just recognize if one of us vibes differently with you, please ask for that.
For the other.
We're all on this journey together.
Our goal is for you.
Our goal is for you. Let's see. Nora Ramsey, 77. When I was young, age 25, I had done 3 fresh cycles, got lots of eggs. But at day 3, none of them reached 8 cells. Now I'm 46. I personally even believe even on day 3, some 4-cell embryos or 3-cell embryos are they either fertilize late or they're just slow growing. I was slow growing. It took me a while finally to get to the what do we call it? The groove of my life.
But also this goes back to the plate. Growing embryos in a tissue culture dish does not always give you the best embryos. The quicker we get them inside you, the better they may be. So,
okay. Vic Gothard. Vic Gothard.
Okay.
Let's see. Sarasota is open for monitoring. Dr. Condrip and the team. We're excited about it. We're working diligently to get IVF laboratory, probably early new year. And we're all going to be part of that. And whichever clinic you're going to, we're here to help. So stay tuned. But again, it's open and we'll get you in as soon as possible. Let's see. Beck Stanley, can I qualify as an egg donor with diagnosed anxiety and depression? I think you can. My bias is, look at, everyone has a choice of who they're going to accept as an egg donor. I've had anxiety and depression. I think all these diseases run rampant in the human being. If you think you're going to find Mr. or Miss Perfect Egg or sperm or embryo, we're all perfect in one way. So everyone just knows, what's your family history? What are your tendencies? What does Kiltz think is the cause of all of these problems?
Diet.
Vegetables want to make us vegetables, and the plants are the predators, and they're trying to get us. It's really radical concepts and ideas, right? Meg Marnell, how you doing? Listen, all of our team. Who runs our office, by the way? Meg and the nurses. They all run this place, right? Our global team is amazing. Our embryology, endocrine andrology, front office, our financial, and we're really working to build our team. We need some embryologists, andrologists in Sarasota, by the way. We need some front and back office people. We need to train some people in all these things. So if you have a resume, send it in. If you know someone that might want to be part of our team, I'm working on Southern California and Dallas, Texas. So we have a lot of things we're working on together.
Expanding.
South Carolina.
Well, even South Carolina.
And Atlanta with Dr. V, 2022. I promise that we're going to be doing at least frozen transfers there. Well, it's Erica Scholdine. I just had a sonohistogram and potentially have endometriosis. Could a hysteroscopy do the trick without laparoscopy? I don't have insurance and hoping to avoid the latter if possible. You can, by the way. Lupron or Orlissa for 2 months plus letrozole, the medical treatment, along with antihistamine and the antimicrobial.
Yeah, to improve it. Absolutely. And
Kiltz's Keto Lifestyle for Fertility. You can get a digital copy for free on our website resources, or you can buy a paper copy, and all the proceeds are going right back and helping your fertility journey be the most affordable. So please, you're going to Amazon, and whatever you're putting in there, it's all going to help keep this process up. Don't forget, look at Judy Cho on Carnivore. Austin Cavelli is going to be with me in about 45 minutes, somewhere coming up at 11 o'clock Eastern time. Again, the Kiltz's Keto Conversations. We're making it all up to make it fun and exciting. Amy, Caitlin, 518, Sam, Simple Life. Hello. How's everyone doing? Kayla, RN, and would love to be part of the CNY team. Send in your resumes. We should have just send it to rkiltz or jtaylor@cnyfertility.com or to rkiltz@cnyfertility.com. We are here on a mission of longevity and making fertility more accessible, affordable, and integrating Eastern and Western, accepting everyone. Really, our logo should be that rainbow of accepting every human being that's on this fertility journey. And we must recognize that size, shape, age, weight, color description, gender description, relationship description, it doesn't matter where you're at. We're here at CMI Fertility to take care of you. Critical. Anastasia, let's see, 35. Should I test embryos in my husband? Male factor 2.7 million or something higher. Day 3. Personally, I'm not a big fan of PGS testing. Put embryos in, give life a chance. If you test it and you think you know the answer, you're better than me, because I don't think there's any way that we're capable of absolutely identifying an embryo as normal or abnormal, by the way.
I thoroughly agree with that.
And everyone together, read my book, The Fertile Secret. Check it out on Amazon. A new one's coming out. We're going to integrate the fertile spirit and the fertile secret. Look at Danielle's stuff on the fertile spirit. It's about faith first, fertile fatty foods second. And I do a little bit of work out, but my work is mostly about pottery, painting, poetry. And I get into I like to ride my bike a little bit, get moving, my light weights. I just started back up again, even though I always say no exercise. But really what I'm saying is no excessive exercise. You really you got to get out there and create something. That's what we need to be doing more. Don't you, Dave?
Getting outside's best.
I'm very blessed to have Dr. Corley at CNY Fertility, and we've just come together in amazing ways, and we all grow together. But all of our docs and practitioners and nurses and our front and back and lab people, I'm really grateful. CNY Fertility is going to continue to grow in order to help make it affordable. If you have a friend, a family member that is suffering from fertility issues, we're here to give you guidance by simply reading our books, watching our lives. And our goal is that it happens more naturally than ever before. That's really the most important thing. All right. Brittany Lee, how you doing? High NK cells, MTHFR mutation. Keto, aspirin, Lovenox, Plaquenil, prednisone, some Prograf, but not with Plaquenil. Maybe Humira, IVIG, lower dosing. Check out the Family Building Guide. There's a lot of stuff there that I think you'll find really, really, really helpful in all of this. And the most important part of life is never, ever, ever give up. The pain and the stress give us prosperity and success. I personally focus on a lot of Christian philosophy, but if you're Muslim or Jewish or Buddhist or Hindu or atheist, find some spiritual, meditative, positive practice that'll help you grow in your life every day. Anna Giffen, lower than a lot of others have seen, let's see, beta at 20 days post-transfer. You can't look at that number specifically. They can be off. There's a lot of variety in the HCG levels, by the way. It's you stay on your meds, you get your 5-week ultrasound, you stay on your meds, and you should see a heartbeat by 6 or 7 weeks. If you're not by 7, something's up almost all the time. But, this is a hard one to know the exact answers in this for sure.
And the betas are just not that specific.
They're not. And so even my team, hey, it's not going up right. Stay on your meds. If you just stay on your meds, stay on your meds, stay on your meds. In my opinion, a lot of the meds we need to be staying on through the 2nd into the 3rd, and we'll talk more about it. The reproductive immunology, Dr. Vidali, Pregmune testing, go on their website, pregmune.com. Your insurance may cover all the blood testing. I think there's a self-pay discount. It's not but it's worth the investment. It gives you a good profile. So I think that's really good. Breishlick, hi, Dr. Corley.
Hello.
You did our FET 10-7, got my first positive ever.
Excellent.
He's got great rates, by the way. And all of us have really great rates, and we're really grateful, all working together. Dr. Verdialis, Dr. Faruqi, Dr. Lutheringer, Dr. Chang, Dr. Fink, Dr. Magarelli.
All of us.
Let's see. I know I'm missing some of us, but awesome. Okay. Niece Irby, thoughts on AMH of 0.1 and a low ovarian reserve. What can help to achieve successful pregnancy?
I'm sorry, I missed part of that one. I can't
So
see
very
it.
low AMH, 0.1. And it's to me, it's another testing showing a lot of inflammation in the body. And I always start with faith and fertile fatty foods. Things like DHEA, omega-3 fatty acids, L-lotus naltrexone.
And the human growth hormone I really like for this group of individuals. Absolutely.
Omnitrope, HGH, Cerevital. I know Dr. Magarelli really likes that. But the Omnitrope for 2 to 4 weeks. I like the Prometrium estrase, also priming. Some people use some testosterone. I think the DHEA is an androgen. It works fine. That's my bias in all of this.
With less side effects from testosterone.
Much less side effects for sure. So those are things, and we've seen some low-dose stims to make eggs in a baby. Natural cycle IVF. If you're having regular cycles, we should be helping you do many more natural cycles. 1 or 2 eggs. All you need is 1 or 2 embryos, and you get a fresh transfer or freeze all and do another. But that's a great way to save money on all these drugs. But we're really working to help that in so many ways. Share our YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. We're going to be on Facebook and YouTube at 11 o'clock Eastern time. So all the Instagram people, come on over with Carnivore Cavelli. I've been told I shouldn't use Instagram also, but I don't know. Let's see. Twins, Kennedy and Reagan. Awesome. Anything to do to increase my uterine lining as I prepare for an FET? Keta F baby. Keta F baby. You got this one, doctor.
Well, what I'd like to see kind of what all you've used before, but we've been using PRP. This works very efficiently with individuals. Some people have used Viagra in the past. My experience with Viagra is kind of plus minus. I think some respond to it, some don't. But the PRP does seem to help those individuals, especially linings less than 5 millimeters. We can get them up to 7 millimeters, and they have a good chance. And
some people at 5 and 6 millimeters with the triple lining do really well. But PRP, Neupogen washes, Viagra may help. Weekly lipids, and again, keto all the way, low-dose naltrexone, and follow even a natural cycle. And sometimes don't throw all the meds at it. Go month by month and follow it each month. That's the best way to do this.
Back to simple cycle.
Simple cycle. Corley's simple cycle. Omni during a chemical. Can we get back on Omnitrope? Get off. I got off the transfer, but now going another trio. Yes. So if you're in a biochemical or miscarriage, go back to all these supplements while you're waiting to either have it removed or DNC. Or natural, absolutely. Sarah McManus, PCOS, FET, transfer, 3AA, PGT normal. Dr. Corley at failed, did lipids, HCG, wash, Acu, Lovenox, like we did everything heartbroken. Simplify, right?
Right.
Go simple the next time.
Now, did she take metformin? I can't see metformin.
Dr. Corley, so look at metformin, 500 to 1500. He likes, I think, 750 XR once or twice a day.
Well, the extended release is much better tolerated. So always make sure that if you do use metformin, that it is an extended release, regardless if it's a 500, 750 tablet. But along with the inositol, which is over the counter, that helps just as well. But diet.
And we're working to change the word diet to lifestyle, fertile lifestyle,
okay.
Because in my opinion, if you do 1 meal a day and it's not our usual and customary, no matter which brand of keto you're doing, high fat, low carbs, or no carbs, if you're carnivore, which is just another way to do it. But you want to reduce the amount of glucose and antigens that are flowing through your body can help a lot. But simple is the way. And it's persistence. And one of the reasons affordability enables you to do more. So that's an important thing to know. 8 days ago, I've been getting positive homes, but they take about 1 to 2 minutes to show. Should I be concerned? Beta tomorrow. Brittany Lee, we're praying for your outcome and stay as Kiltz as keto as you can throughout your pregnancy and life. Fasting. I eat that 1 meal at night. If you can go 2, 3, or 4 days without eating water, a little coffee or tea, that's the other home run. We get fat because fat is the fertile fuel for everything. Sugar is not the fuel for our body. There's no such thing as insulin resistance, and glucose is not your fuel. But by doing these things, but it might be adding HCG boosters, upping the prednisone. That's one thing I think people are forgetting, to up the prednisone. At transfers, I'm hoping we can all catch that and do better with that for sure.
But I always say home tests are not as reliable. And if you depend on those too much, you can bring along a lot of anxiety. Testing one, I mean, some of my clients will test 2, 3, 4 times a day, and that just brings on so much anxiety. And I think the anxiety is going to work against you.
I am so glad Dr. Corley has joined me today. And I'm hopeful he can continue to be part of the lives, maybe do a live. So just kind of give us a shout out if we all think Dr. Corley should do once a week a live with just him answering and being part of the team. We just love you guys and thankful to everyone out there. And we're a family. I call us a pride because we're lionesses and lions, and all of us contain an alpha and an omega. We're looking for some leadership to guide us some new and different ideas. That's really, really critical, by the way. So all of us together. Let's see. Dr. Corley did my retrieval, did my transfer. Tomorrow, again, would like this and like this. That's so important for all of us. And let's see. 2 failed most recent lap, severe endo, 2019. Do I need another lap before my transfer? Let's see. I'm switching to donor eggs for next time. You don't need another laparoscopy, but you might think about, again, adding the anti-endo for 2 months and the letrozole or Lupron letrozole. And again, look at a combination of Kiltz's keto lifestyle and the family building guide. And don't forget Maria Emmerich. Maria's got some really great stuff. We're going to bring Maria on hopefully in the next month or 2 for a conversation with Kiltz after our 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock live coming up in the next month or 2. Austin Cavelli today. Let's see. We had Ken Berry on last week. Check out Ken Berry's YouTube and Instagram and TikToks. Check out our YouTube, Instagram, and TikToks. We're all working together. I think Dr. Corley should do some TikToks also. Malinik 1032. I am young. I'm youthful. My eggs and my baby and I are going to be successful in our youthfulness. Our age is determined by our mind, not by anything else. I've seen plenty of 43, 44, 45-year young women have babies, even beyond. Always work and see it as you wish it to be, and then get doing something.
And I would just say absolutely not.
Right? What? Absolutely. No, right. You're not too old.
No,
I mean, now that I'm 95 and what are you, 86?
Just about.
No, 110. Keto.
Diet works.
I'm keto and have the fertile secret on my nightstand. Thanks. It's our questions, Jenna. Dream Love. Hello, how you doing? We could probably do this all day, right, Dr. C?
Oh, absolutely.
Ever seen Philogistrum versus Neupogen? Neupogen is just, you can do either the Philogistrum or the Neupogen, but whenever we write for it, there's a little change in the prescription on how it's used. So you have to say, hey, I found this. Can I use it? Absolutely, you can. Don't forget IVIG, Humira, Lovenox, aspirin, Plaquenil, prednisone, Neupogen. Look at the immune protocols, whether you're doing intercourse, IUI, IVF, fresh or frozen, your eggs, donor eggs, your embryos, donor embryos, partner sperm, donor sperm. We're all on this journey to help build families. And don't forget, gestational carriers also are something to think about. And if you have someone, a friend to donate sperm or eggs, we can help you work with that. We're working to continue to make it more affordable. We're working on our third-party reproduction team to bring in egg donors, sperm donors, embryo donors, and uterine donors, right? Give blood, give organs, give life, and give a smile and love to everyone out there, because it's we get challenged, don't we?
We do.
We all do. We're human beings. And in this human journey, wow, it can be difficult. When, let's see, when Wood should start taking baby aspirin, LD, and Omnitrope in preparation for FET, the beginning of the cycle or before. Mimi, let's see, I'm having a laparoscopic myomectomy, only one fibroid, hysteroscopy in 2 weeks, and wait for the transfer. Maybe at least 2 to 4 weeks prior, you could start a lot of those things. I think quite often we're waiting too late. You want to do keto now, 1 meal a day, and start some of these things ahead of time.
Yeah, well, I like 4 to 6 weeks with a lot of these. I do think starting some of them just right at a time, they just don't have enough time to work. But I have seen where that people will benefit, so it's not wrong to do that.
And quite commonly, we need to start sooner for sure in all of this. How's everyone doing today? It's a beautiful Sunday. Fertile Fireside Chat, Dr. Kiltz and Dr. Corley. You could look at all of our past shows. We have many more to share, but ultimately, remember, you have to have faith in whatever that spiritual energy that you believe in, that your beautiful family is going to be building, whether it's adoption or whether it's natural fertility. We're here to help you on this journey. The journey through IVF. PCOS receptiva had 2 transfers, Colorado. Love Dr. Magarelli. Second, did Lupron 2 months prior to transfer with 2 through day 3 embryos, betas tomorrow.
Yes.
We just have to have faith. Laparoscopy next, yes. By the way, you can do the ERA, ERP, looking for inflammation and endo with the receptiva. We do the receptiva DX. So ask before you get there, say, I want these tests. We'll help you get that. But you got to remind us ahead of time, if you're going to be doing it, we're going to be really working to get the receptiva. It's just another way to work to diagnose endometriosis. I personally believe it's just intra-abdominal pelvic inflammation due to our diet. We're dying from our diet. We need to change it to Kiltz's keto lifestyle, which is the healthiest lifestyle plan you can do for fertility and life overall. And I know that Dr. Corley did it when he first joined us, really reduced inflammation. He got off all of his medications and really has never felt better.
It's been great. I enjoy it.
All right. Let's see here, making sure. Oh, and Dr. Fink, Amber, thank you. We love Dr. Fink. And listen, we're always looking for your feedback to all of us, how we can all do better. And so if there are little nuances that you're saying that felt a little weird, tell us, please. No. And right now we are allowing 1 or 2 or 3 people in for the transfer. It can't be too much. A family member, 2, a child, yes. We want to keep it as homey and the environment is right. At the time of the transfer, you'll get to see your picture of your embryos, typically decide on 1, recommended 2 in some cases. But this is the conversation. But never give up. And if this isn't working this time the way you thought it should, and all we think it should, then we got to change it up. And always go to the CNY Family Building Guide. You can get a paper copy on Amazon. You can get a free digital copy. We're going to have some ways that you can just scan in to get it right on your iPhone or your iPad or your computer. We're working to, if we cannot have to print as many, we can save and keep our costs down to then keep the IVF and fertility costs down. So if you go to the Amazon and buy these, it'll help tremendously to keep the costs of our fertility treatment more affordable.
There's a kudos for Dr. Chang from April Dawn. Excellent.
Dr. Chang and Dr. D'Souza in Buffalo with Chris Ziegler and the entire amazing Buffalo team. We're so grateful. They're packed in such a small little box, and even the lab is so small. I've got to we're working to either move or make it bigger, or hopefully the house next door we can do something with. But
getting great success.
Great success, by the way. In all these, never, ever, 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 ever give up, right? Still believe. Sam's Simple Life. Occam's razor, the simple answer is the one. And so much of this fertility stuff, we go complicated, layer, and we feel like we're overloaded with so much scientific rigmarole.
And then we break it down.
And then we break it down to the simple fact that spirit is the true energy of the universe, and faith in God and a belief in a higher power, however you want to label it, by the way. I'm a big believer that God is our great guide, and that energy is amazing. And every problem I have is but a little present to help me learn and grow. And he says, it's okay. You'll be better. Let's see. Awesome. Let's see. Again, excellent to everyone, by the way. And tell your OBGYNs, hey, Dr. Kiltz, Dr. Corley, the whole CMI fertility team wants to make what we do more accessible to everyone out there. Tell your OBGYNs, have them tell others that we can help you and your family members and your friends from everywhere in this country, in this world, in new and different ways. So again,
there we are as a tag team. I did the retrieval. Dr. Kiltz did the transfer. We operate like that. Absolutely. Together.
My father used to take my brother and I to the Olympic Auditorium in Los Angeles when we were little kids in I guess it was the 60s. And they did tag team wrestling. My brother and I love wrestling. So we're the wrestling tag team in all of this. Again, check out again our Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. But share your stories. We're going to be working more on part of a grant program. Maybe is you get some services if you're willing to share your whole video story throughout this process through our CNY fertility and really great. So Dr. Carrie, how you doing? And check out listen. You guys, if you guys are doing your own lives and have your own Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube channels, we all want to connect that we can just spread out the word and the concept and ideas to make this very, very, very best for everyone. Jana Arts, what is the best FET protocol?
Well, there really isn't a best FET protocol. Sometimes, as we said, simple and natural protocol can be good. But again, what I do is if I start out with the usually immune 3 protocol, I really do like that, especially on clients that have failed at other offices. I think it gives them the overall benefit from all of our medicines that we use. But if that doesn't work, then we start modifying that. And again, maybe it's coming back to a simple protocol or adding a little bit more, such as the IVIG and the Humira.
So if you go to the Family Building Guide, it's on different pages, but it's the simple immune protocols 1, 2, 3, and 4. I think we're in alignment. It's level 3 for almost everyone during the fertility journey, but it may be like enough. I'm really going to focus on Kiltz's keto lifestyle, 1 meal, 1 snack. And I know it seems hard. Anyone can do easy. These drugs and the high cost of all this treatment, I'm telling you, we've seen so many conceive and deliver babies, improve egg, improve sperm, improve embryos, and improve implantation by simply looking at Kiltz's keto lifestyle. It doesn't matter who you are. It really is amazing. It helps so much. But letrozole trigger, natural trigger, and transfer, maybe adding a few of these things.
Yeah. What do we got?
All right, let's see here. Did we get this? Mimi, when would it start? I think we already got that one. Started earlier for sure, right? And shout out to Dr. Fink and the team in Colorado, the nursing team, RNs, MAs, LPNs at all levels, the clinical, the OR team, for our teams all over the country and soon to be all over. We're really all over the world because we're communicating with people all over the world that they're simply finding success. We're working with Dr. Ivanov in Philadelphia to get that office really growing in its ability to do monitoring, consults, working with a Ukrainian fertility centers to do gestational carriers, donor eggs, and in Montreal with Dr. Faruqi. Really excited about what he's brought to all of us. Let's see. Lissy Ramirez, 3. PCOS, low AMH, at first IVF round this summer. 1 embryo transferred, failed. Curious about clinic reports, spontaneous ovulation during egg retrieval. Is this common? It happens. Let's see. So sometimes you can lose some eggs before retrieval and maybe degeneration. It could be ovulation. These are part of the risks in the process. We do everything we can to minimize that. I think a lot of, if you have a low AMH, this is where natural cycle, but you want to trigger 15, 16, 17 at the latest. Sometimes we'll add, or earlier at the latest. So sometimes we'll add an antagonist and a day or two of gonadotropins and a trigger shot. But if we're trying to keep it really as natural as possible, 1 or 2 eggs, we've seen really great success for sure.
And I was going to say that with this type profile that you're talking about, the eggs are not as of good quality. Sometimes that is a person that did probably have at least insulin resistance when they were younger, and that I bet your AMH was probably higher when you were younger. Now we're just seeing the fact that's just saying that there's not as many eggs there, but the same principle, the same physiology that gave you the PCOS is still affecting your eggs, and that's where sometimes something like the metformin, the diet, the inositol may help.
So insulin resistance, what is that?
Insulin, that's a toughie, because honestly, it's all out there on the internet, insulin resistance. But it's a form of the way your body's working with the carbohydrates. And
so
that's where
here's my theory.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as insulin resistance, but it is the word we use. Yeah. So it's a term we use for metabolic disorder. In fact, because we eat a high carbohydrate diet and our glucose levels are always high, our insulin's always high. But it's the combination of both high insulin and high glucose that causes all of our diseases. So by lowering glucose, guess what happens to your insulin? So some of these drugs may help reduce inflammation, which may be partly how they work.
Yeah.
But if you simply go to 1 meal a day, you cook the carbs well, you add the fat, oil if you're a vegan, hemp seed oil, coconut oil, olive oil. If you're a vegetarian, it's butter and cream, amazing. You will reduce the inflammation, reduce the glycation, which is the damage to the glycobiome. It's amazing. Check out our Dr. Kiltz's Keto Lifestyle book. The new one's coming out on Amazon. You can get a free one on our website, digital, but it's all crazy stuff. But insulin resistance is the thing we use as the term. But there's no such thing as insulin resistance. It's hyperinsulinemia due to hyperglycemia. So there's no wonder, because the recommended diet lifestyle is 3 to 6 high plant-based meals a day, low fat, deadly for our human beings. All right. Gina DiMatteo. TSH vary a lot, was treated hypothyroidism, went keto, got off thyroid. TSH started going 8.85 to 1, 1.5, 1.8 September. Those are all within normal limits in the 0.8 to 1.5, 1.8. My belief is the plant antigens and the plant antithyroid particles that elicit an antithyroid antibody response will affect your thyroids, and these treatments also do that. There's some interaction with the assays and the testing, but you want to check T3, T4, free and bound. You want to check antithyroid antibodies, TSH, and if you go Kiltz's Keto Lifestyle, look at Armour Thyroid, desiccated thyroid, whether you're doing Synthroid or levothyroxine, but you're treating the lab. But if you really want to remove the disease, you really have to look, in my opinion, at some close carnivore keto, or really, really important. And remember, fat is anti-inflammatory, and it's twice the calories. So it's really the very best, in my opinion. Let's see. Faith over infertility. A phone call, Dr. Fink. Get a hysteroscopy done before next cycle. Local OB cannot fit me in. We can do the hysteroscopy with retrieval, by the way. You do a freeze-all cycle, which may be better anyway. So we'll absolutely help to get you in for that. But again, look at the family building guide. So much in this for sure. We're really excited about so many new things coming up in about 10, 15 minutes, we're going to be talking with Austin Cavelli, Carnivore Cavelli, about her thoughts and ideas on how diet reduces inflammation, how she got there, and what her thoughts are in the fertility realm. But remember, if you're infertile and otherwise healthy, that means there's something unhealthy going on with you.
That's true.
It's the canary in the coal mine. That's really it. But tell Dr. Fink, Dr. Magarelli, Dr. Kiltz, Dr. Corley, all of our doctors, you'd like to do the hysteroscopy at retrieval for a look and see, an endometrial biopsy. If we can take out a polyp or a small fibroid or some adhesions at that time, we'll do it. If not, we'll schedule you for one outside at another time. But we're here to help. We do have more affordable rates for these self-pay things for laparoscopy, hysteroscopy. If you haven't had a laparoscopy, what do you think?
If you haven't had a laparoscopy, again, I think it's part of the evaluation, whether you go early or whether you go late. But the later you wait, if you do have the endometriosis and it's treated, you're going to get pregnant soon.
You want to get that one, doctor? EMA IVFing, unicorn, medicated or modified natural for an endometriosis. Should she do a medicated or a modified natural for endo?
I think really either one will work for endo, but the point is treating the endo, whether it's treated laparoscopically or whether it's treated orally. I think that should be addressed if you're not getting pregnant.
Yeah, and oralist, so letrozole is oral, Lupron is sub-Q or intramuscular. But what's the first thing that everyone's going to hear from Kiltz on how to cure their conundrum?
Lower the carbohydrates.
Lower the carbohydrates and increase the fat and go to one meal a day. I'll give you one snack. What's our snack usually at lunch if we have a snack at lunch?
Oh, salami.
Salami. And a shout out to Lisa from Faring from bringing some.
Who actually brings this salami?
Oh, and dark chocolate. And we're going to be working on Dr. Kiltz's keto treats. Listen, I eat ice cream and cake and cookies from time to time. The girls bring me treats. I love treats, but I do them from time to time, not all of the time. And so that's maybe a couple of times a week. But we're really excited about some new Kiltz's keto treats, a keto lifestyle, and things like low-dose naltrexone, CBD oil, minimal THC. Maybe some people would benefit from some THC. We're going to be talking about that, excited about that. I do a little bit of coffee once a day, mostly water. I occasionally have a martini. And if you're in Syracuse, go to the York or go to Lemongrass and ask them, what does Dr. Kiltz eat? And they'll serve you Kiltz's cut of the most amazing steak, the duck at Lemongrass, amazing. But I did have amazing burger and fries at the York the other day.
That was good.
And it was really good. Dr. Corley, myself, and Pat Mooney had a really great one there. But look, we're not here to cheat. We're here to reward from time to time. But if that's your lifestyle every day, my friends, that's not good. Why do day 7 blastocysts have lower success rates? I don't think they do. I've seen plenty of day 7s become beautiful babies. Be careful on what you've heard and you listen to. I think so much of it is wrong personally. Let's see. Rachel, let's see it. A comment. Dr. Corley, did both of our fresh and frozen transfers these last 2 cycles? Unfortunately, both failed, but we love. Thanks so much. CMY, you're still at it between cycles, ERA, scratch, laparoscopy. If you haven't had it, or the Receptiva DX, consider take supplements. Molecular fertility, great. Are there any other medications to take while continuing to try naturally?
I was going to say, definitely, I want to review your cycle. So definitely get a call set up with me, and so we can see what medications you were on for each transfer cycle. And I always go back and review the quality of the embryos just to give me an idea of what we're dealing with. So I do think we can help you with all that.
And you can text me or email me at rkiltz@CMI Mention, hey, I'd like to follow up with Dr. Corley. Quite often we're kind of switching around.
Absolutely.
You know, if it's like, And we're all here to help take care of you. Dr. Corley even goes down to South Carolina, spend some time with his wife, and he still wants to work and get calls while he's, looking out at the hummingbirds.
Well, yeah, they're gone now, unfortunately.
All right.
They've flown further south.
They'll be back. They'll be back. Webster 41006. Hello. We're looking forward to seeing you guys. And even though we don't physically see you, if we're doing a phone, if you want to do a Zoom or a FaceTime or whatever it is, a Skype, just tell the team. We'll be glad to do it. Just even at that moment, hey, can we Zoom real quick and do that? We'd love to do that. Homogeneous versus trilaminar. Melissa Riddick. Sorry, I missed the middle part.
Yeah, that one's always been up for debate. But sometimes women will only produce homogeneous, and they still get pregnant. So it's very hard to say that's that detrimental. Of course, if it's not becoming trilaminar, there again the PRP may be something that you could benefit from, as well as sometimes if we're doing if this is with a frozen transfer, changing the amount of the estrogens that you're getting at the beginning.
Let's see.
And hysteroscopy. If you haven't had a hysteroscopy and you're getting something that's just standard or just continuous homogeneous, I think that's beneficial along with the gentle DNC or the scratches.
And it's interesting. The ultrasound machine settings can affect that.
Absolutely.
I've seen some people where I just look, and I found a trilaminar within the same review of the. So I too agree that it's not. I mean, there's always got to be two sides to the uterine lining. I mean, it's right.
And if they're growing perfectly together like this, you're going to see a line in the middle. If they're a little off like that, you're not, and yet it's still trilaminar.
And it's sometimes, so I agree with our Corley. So our Kiltz at cmyfertility.com, D. Corley at cmyfertility.com. And look we may not be able to answer your questions right away. And if you don't hear from us right away, email us back, jtaylor at cmyfertility.com. We are here to make your journey, whether you're coming to us or someone else. We do reproductive immunology. We do a lot of endometriosis. Dr. Lutheringer does a lot of surgeries. Dr. Montalto in our Albany location does a lot of our referrals. Dr. Gomi now down in New Jersey. But if you have an OBGYN or a gynecologist, an endometriosis specialist, we're going to be working on listing all of those specialists around the country and the world that you guys recommend as someone that you really trust, that you can find through our CNY Fertility or drkiltz.com to help you on this journey. Let's see.
Yeah, because it's always a team. And the bigger the team, the better it is.
The team. So I'm of this new thought that it's a pride, right? It's whether you think it's a flock or a village, whatever we think it is. But I think through our pride of life, we're all working together and we need to do better. Vegan, let's see, where was that? Emails, you got that. Unicorn uteruses have babies all the time. It's worked. You got to keep at it. You might need a cerclage. And I talked to one of the docs down in El Paso now, and I'll come up with his name again soon. El Paso, Texas. Let me see if I can even get this one. Jim Summers, maternal fetal medicine. Really, he does the transabdominal cerclages. Get those cerclages easily, even if they're prophylactic. He's got great success. I think it's really important that we're all working together. A vegan keto. Look at our new new keto for lifestyle and the new Kiltz's. I'm sorry, the Fertile Feast and our keto for fertility cookbook. We have a lot more vegan stuff to add to it. By the way, as a vegan, see, the calories between a carb and a protein are actually the same. You need some proteins. You don't need any carbs, but carbs in the liver convert to fat. And so what you need to do is add the fat, the oil, coconut oil, hemp seed oil, olive oil, avocado oil. I mean, I'm still a little suspicious about avocados because I think they destroy A lot of our agricultural lands take a lot of water away from indigenous people and those that are living day to day on the need for water and farmland. So we got to look at that very carefully. We always want to be cognizant of what we're all doing to contribute to a better world, a better tomorrow for our children. And
The
all
entire
of
picture.
it's
focusing on one thing.
That's it. So, although Kiltz is keto and Kiltz is personally mostly carnivore, I'm omnivore. I ate French fries dipped in mayonnaise. I love chocolate cake. I love cookies, but I since I'm a little neurotic, they don't hurt me, but if I have them all the time, they're not good for me. And there are some less antigenic flours made of rice or made of almond flour. I'm not a big almond flour fan, or made of cauliflower. And Maria and Craig Emmerich have some really great stuff, but there's so many great recipes out there. But the real Kiltz's keto lifestyle is one meal, high fat, and a lot of faith in life. And so absolutely, vegans, vegetarians, we support you all the time, and we know that you're going to have the success you desire. All right. We're about done, and we're grateful to everyone, and we'd love to get all of your questions, and just keep sharing your thoughts and ideas. Maybe what we're going to do is work on taking all of these and adding some answers there as best we can. And immune protocols weren't discussed at our consult. Should I reach out to the nursing team? And let's see. Also, is pregnancy testing recommended for everyone? 6 failed medicated IUIs, 1 miscarriage. I think the pregnancy testing may be reasonable for everyone. The immune protocol, I think, is reasonable for everyone. It's your call. Go to predmune.com, look at our family building guide, tell the nurses, hey, we want to do an immune 3 protocol, and they don't have to set you up another consult. All they say, I will confirm it with the doctor, which will put you on that and get you moving forward.
Do you happen to know the cost of the Predmune?
Predmune, it's about $200 for the actual report. The testing, I don't know that answer. Okay. You may have coverage for it. Get that answer first, but a self-pay may be up to $5,000. You will decide whether it's worth it or not. It's your call. Right. All right. We'll end this. We'll get over to Austin Cavelli. God bless you guys. Dr. Corley, thank you so much. Love you. Okay. Bye-bye.